Hello, everyone. Good morning. How are you? So, what do we got going on today? Well, today, Foodie Beauty came online and she was apologizing. And the reason why I titled my React video what I did is because that's more the correct title. The title of her live stream is I'm Sorry, but I think she should retitle it to I'm Not Sorry because she really isn't. She was giving an apology for getting high last night and lying to everyone. But throughout this apology, she was laughing, she was smirking. So you're not really sorry, Chantal. You think it's funny. As a matter of fact, while you were doing this apology, you're high still. you know, you're still high, mama. You're still high. You're not completely sober. You're still hamburger-eyed. So you're apologizing for being high while still high. Isn't that something? You're not even going to wait till you're completely sober. You're going to do it while you're still high. God, I can't with her. I can't. I can't with her. You know, I, maybe she thought she could come online yesterday and get high and nobody would notice. But trust me, Chantal, everybody noticed. Lots of people have watched you long enough that they know when you're high, and you were very, very, very high. So, without further ado, let me just go ahead and share the screen so you guys can watch this with me. Oh, there's something else that I'd like to show you as well. So remember last night that Foodie was talking about doing some kind of mineral drink and that was making her loopy? I can tell you exactly what she was referring to or something like it. So I've actually taken this. This is Natural Vitality Calm. It's an anti-stress drink mix. And essentially all it is magnesium. I've taken this before and it really does work. It makes you feel really calm. You don't need that much. And you take a little bit and it makes you feel more relaxed. You take more than a little bit and it helps you sleep. So she's trying to point her finger in this direction, go, oh, I did something like this. No, no, I've taken this before. It does not make you giggly and laughy. It just makes you feel really calm. So you lied, Chantal. You weren't doing that. Before we get into her video, though, let's see what the people have to say. So Optimistic Prime says, so, in the spirit of honesty, how did you go from no makeup at the outhouse to a full face of heavy makeup after taking the gummy? Yeah, good question, Optimistic. Coincidentally, around 6 p.m., Nads was making fresh flatbread, potatoes, and pickles that he put out on a platter for Dee Dee's brother. For the first time ever, he cooked some of your favorite foods and streamed. Yeah, isn't that something? Dee Dee and Natter did a feast last night. I wonder who they were doing the feast for. But yeah, that's a good catch, Optimistic. She went from like no makeup to full face of makeup. Where'd you go, Chantal? Where'd you go? I bet we can guess. You know, Chantal likes to say to all of us, nobody's perfect. And you're right, Foodie, nobody is perfect, but nobody is asking for perfection from you. I think what everybody wants and what everybody's looking for is honesty. We're looking for honesty. We're not looking for perfection. Perfection is unobtainable because nobody's perfect. But any person in the world can be honest, except you, because you don't know how to be honest. You lie when you don't have to lie. So, perfection, no, we're not looking for that. But if you were honest and came to your audience and said, this is who I am, this is my life, this is what I do, you will get so much less flack for that, People wouldn't be on your case. We're on your case not because of your weight, but because of your lack of honesty. You lie and you treat people like they're stupid when they're not stupid. If you came to the table honest and said, look, I'm a 500-pound woman. I like to do drugs. I like to drink. I like to party. My life is a mess. I would tip my hat to you just because you are being honest and straightforward and not lying all the time. Instead of hiding behind the whole nobody's perfect thing, try being honest and see what happens. If you don't like people catching you in your lies, then don't lie. Don't lie. Just tell the truth. BB says, I flushed the rest of it. This has the exact vibes as I didn't take anything yesterday. If it helps, I honestly don't think Sala cares one way or the other, nor do I. I don't think Sala cares. I really don't. As long as Chantal keeps pumping him some money every once in a while and maybe giving him a little bit of publicity for his gaming channel, I think he's all in. I mean, she's in another country now. He can do what he wants now. He's got his freedom. And Salah's been getting sick a lot lately. Y'all notice that? He's getting sick a lot. What's going on over there, Salah? Are you really physically ill, sir, or are you just sick of her? And you're just using the whole sick excuse to go and do your thing. That's what I think is going on. He's had 3 months of her, and he's going to go party and do his thing now that she's out of the picture. So he tells her that I'm sick so that he can go and have his free time without her bugging him. Because if he didn't tell her that, she'd be blowing up his phone. Warm Shara says, I was going to ask where to get this magical sleepy mineral water that gets you turned. What a shame. Hey, Warm Sheriff, I'll help you out. Look, it's not going to get you turned. This is not what you use to get turned on, okay? This right here, this is something that if you're nervous, you have trouble relaxing, you have trouble sleeping, you just need a little bit, mix it up in a glass of water, and it calms you down. This is not something you use to get high. This is just magnesium. And you feel very, very calm very, very quickly. And it lasts quite a while. So just to answer your question there, sir. Sam Quick says, this is so stupid. You did an edible. You're almost 40 and shouldn't change who you are for every dude you get involved with. Or a religion that opposes women. Well, I wouldn't talk bad about the Muslim religion like that. Be yourself. This is almost sad. Don't apologize for weed. It's 2023. For that Chantal, though, she doesn't want to find a guy that will accept her for her as she is naturally. She's so desperate for a man that she will change herself completely just to get a man's attention. 2828 says, good for you for coming on here and owning it. This just goes to show that you have changed for the better. I don't think you'd do this 6 months ago. You know what, 28? She really didn't own it, though. The little bits that I did see of the live stream, ma'am, she was blaming everybody else for what she did. She was blaming Pete for not cleaning stuff out of her room. She was blaming Sala for not being around when she was going to get high. She was putting the blame everywhere else but herself. She was basically doing emotional manipulation and saying to Sala, oh, because you weren't around, I did this. No, Chantal. You're an almost 40-year-old woman. You cannot blame somebody for wanting to get high. You chose to do that. You chose to do that. You chose to do that. Even if Pete's did not take things out of your room, you're an adult. And if you found something in your room that you're not going to do anymore, why couldn't you flush it? Why are you going to sit there and blame Pete and Sala for what you did? See, that's another indicator that you haven't changed because there's no self-awareness there. There's no accountability. You're not saying it's my fault. I did it. I can't blame anybody else. You're blaming other people and trying to guilt trip them for your bad decision because you're trying to get out of the guilt. If you're ready to change, you will accept the guilt. You'll accept all of it. You'll take it upon yourself. You won't try to pass the buck on other people. But let's listen to her fake, phony apology, y'all. Let's see what Chantal has to say.
Hello. Hi, jet lag. And Trixie. Hello. How are you guys? Nearly first. I can't write today either. It's just pathetic. Hello, Ariel.
And by the way, y'all, she also claims that she's got a green hangover. I have never heard of that in my life, and I've been around people that smoked. Never heard of a green hangover, and I've known some people that they could put some green away. Like, seriously, put it away. Never heard of a green hangover in my life.
Have we showed bees?
And you know what? The title of her live is I'm Sorry. Does she look sorry? Do you guys see remorse or regret on her face? Like she's upset or feeling regretful about what she did? No, she's sitting there laughing and smiling. She's not sorry. That's why I'm titling my react the way that I am. She's not sorry.
They're not. Yes, there is apology necessary. I'll tell you. Coffee. Helene, BBW Layla. Oh, hey. How are you? I need to take my makeup off. I thought I'd do a get unready with me. Hi, Tracy. Sala. No. You like this cup? It was my Grams Bears. So here's the thing. Hi, PNV. Not me. I lied about the marijuana.
Yeah, we know that. I mean, anybody watching you for 5 minutes last night know that you were lying.
When I was in, okay, here's the thing. When I was in, this is the truth. This is the story. When I was in, I didn't want to. I shouldn't have like smoked and gone live. I guess it gives me courage a bit. Hey, Freya.
But what did you need courage for? I don't understand. You were in Kuwait, and Chantal, you've been streaming for over 4 or 5 years. You're not a brand new streamer, nervous in front of people. Why did you smoke it for courage? You love being online. You love live streaming. So you're lying right there. You can't get your face away from the camera.
What kind of very important pieces of recipes? Listen, this is the thing. Whenever I was in Kuwait, I didn't even think about marijuana, like, at all. Like,
You lie,
and you know, before I went to Kuwait, I was a heavy marijuana user.
amongst other things. But go ahead.
But going there, I didn't even think about it, like, at all, for real.
You lie. You absolutely lie. Girl, you've not even been home for 48 hours. Not even been home for 2 days. You haven't even been home a week. What were you doing? The night that you got home, you got high. And then what happened yesterday? You went out, you did your Starbucks run. Yes, you did. Got some food. And then you went to the outhouse and you met up with a mysterious stranger at the outhouse location. Kind of looked like a drop off of some sort. And then after the outhouse visit, last night you did your live where you were high as all get out. So it just seems like you couldn't wait to get started again. And I don't want to hear no nonsense about, oh, I was just cleaning my room and I happened to find something. As much garbage as there is in your room, and you immediately found that. that your room is trashed. You managed to find that and all that garbage that quickly. But you weren't missing it, right, Chantal? You weren't missing it at all.
I was just so happy. And I don't know. It just like I didn't think about it. I was with Salah. Rebasing, thank you. Um I didn't empty the block list yet. Sorry, I know Chantal. I'm gonna do that like right away after. I promise.
I'm just going to say something before she gets started with all her nonsense. In all seriousness, if there is a person like Chantal, that they have several addictions, there's an old saying, you cannot heal in the same environment that you hurt in. In order to heal your addictions, to stop the bad habits, you have to stay away from people and places and things that trigger you, that make you want to go back to the things you're trying to stay away from. So what is Chantal's safe space? What is her toxic safe space? Her bedroom in her villa. And because she gets to sit in her room all day where nobody can see her except for the people on YouTube, she can do whatever she wants. She can get on her phone, go to a couple of apps, get a delivery for the green, get a delivery for the food. You cannot heal in the same environment that you hurt in. That bedroom is her toxic safe space. It encourages her to go for the temptations. Like there's nobody around to stop her. There's nothing else to think about. And can I just correct something for a second? I'm so tired of certain people on YouTube saying that the reaction community that we're haters. It's not about hate. It's about telling the damn truth. We tell the truth over here. I don't want anything bad to happen to Foodie Beauty, but she's a grown adult and she's got to make the decision to take care of herself. Nobody can fix her except her. If she's going to get online and make content where she's showing bad behaviors, yes, I'm going to have my opinions. I'm going to have my feelings, same as anybody else. But if she makes a decision to hurt herself in some way, what can anybody do? Nobody could stop her. It's really a shame. She's got the money and the resources and the time to fix herself, and she's not doing it. But I'll tell you what, as long as she holds up in that toxic safe space, her bedroom, where she's got access to any and all temptations, and there's nothing and no one around to stop her, this kind of behavior is going to keep going and continue. In my opinion, as severe of an addict that Foodie is, because she does have several addictions, she's got an addiction for attention, she's got an addiction for food, she's got an addiction for men. Anything in her life that she likes, it turns into literally an obsession. As severe as an addict as she is, especially with food, the only thing that would work would be lockdown inpatient, where she couldn't have access to her temptations and she couldn't talk her way out of things. And her portions were being watched and monitored. Someplace where she'd have to go to therapy, someplace where she'd have to go to counseling. Nothing else, in my opinion, would work except for locked down inpatient or jail. I mean, she is that severe. She's one of those people that she's not going to listen unless she has to listen. She's not going to listen or obey voluntarily. For her own health, for her own well-being, she really does need strict, locked down inpatient. If she goes to outpatient, it's not going to last because she wants to live stream and she wants her temptations. That's just how I feel. But Foodie Beauty gets online and she expects people to care about her. But you know what, Foodie? You need to start caring about yourself. And you need to start being honest about yourself. Try that. Try some honesty. No, nobody wants perfection. Nobody is perfect. But honesty you can do. Honesty you can certainly do.
So when I got back, I thought, 3 months without any marijuana, I'm not gonna need it. There's like nothing left. Now I was supposed to give all of my stuff to my aunt. Now you guys know I had weed stashed in every crevice. Okay, so and you know I was buying wheelchairs like every day, so I had a lot of points saved up as well. So what happened was my aunt took some of it, but Pete's was to give her the package. So he gave her the wheelchair, but there was some things he wouldn't have known how to check everything in my crappy room. It's not his responsibility to do that. So going through this drawer, I found a package of lemon haze with a little bit.
So basically, it's your fault. I mean, you just literally said it isn't Pete's fault. And you're right. It isn't his fault. It isn't his fault. Because you probably have like a little million hiding places in your room and there's garbage everywhere. How would he know where all of them are? And even if you had found that stuff in your drawer, why not flush it? Why not get rid of it? You could have done that, would have taken 2 seconds. Just walk to the toilet and flush it. You can't blame this on Peach. You can't blame it on Sala. That was your decision. You made the decision to do it. That is why, as an addict, Chantal, you cannot have your temptations too close. Do you get it now? Whatever your temptation is, you got to keep it as far away as possible. Because if it's too close, you'll do it. If you haven't learned any new coping skills, if you don't have any coping mechanisms, you're going to do whatever it is you're not supposed to do.
Bit left, really dry, and some zigzags, my grinder, just like I was here, like all comfortable, like super happy with my cats. Sala was not around, he was in bed, and I was like feeling lonely. And
so she's trying to blame it on Sala. Oh, Sala, you were asleep in bed, and because you weren't around to talk to and I was lonely, I did this because of you. Emotional manipulation. No, Chantal, you can't do that. You got to learn to police yourself. Even if Sala wasn't in bed, it's not his job to police you, to keep an eye on you. It's too much. You can't expect someone to helicopter you all the time and keep you from doing things you weren't supposed to do. Do you understand me? Everybody has to have a life and to go live. And you can't expect another human being to shadow you all the time to keep you from losing control. You need to learn to have your own sense of self-control.
So I, yeah. So lesson learned, hopefully, yeah, like I apologize too because I'm trying to be a better person for myself and for God. And, you know, I understand the reasoning behind.
Can I just call BS on all this stuff right now? I'm going to call BS. And I'm watching my mouth right now because of YouTube and their new ridiculous rules for monetization. You got to be careful with swearing or they'll demonetize your video. If it weren't for that, I'd be swearing right about now. I'm calling BS on this, y'all. Because even if Foodie found edibles or whatever else in her drawer, and she knows she's not supposed to be doing that stuff, she knows she's not. She could have kept it off camera. We would not have known. But she wanted to come on camera and show off. And if you want my opinion, I think it's because we are being set up for the next part of the arc. And more than a few people have said this also. Like all the stuff going on, we are all being set up for the divorce arc. We're all being set up for that. Like she's doing whatever chemicals and making mistakes, and eventually we're going to reach that point where Sala doesn't talk to her anymore. He stops answering the phone and she loses it. And then that's when she's going to go on a tear about Sala and start doing more chemicals. But I think, my opinion, we're being set up for that. Like that's going to be the next progression.
Intoxicants being bad for you. Um, you know? So I'm really not going to. Well, yeah, sorry. I, I have, yeah, there was like a pack of, the Pacific Reserve? There was like one gummy left. And I was going to, like, I still have lots of points on my thing, so I don't know. I think I'm just going to, like, close up my account and, like, maybe write to them and be like, so I'm not tempted. I'm okay. Like, I'm okay. I can totally kick it.
She looks so baked right now. Look at her eyes. How can you come online and apologize for being high last night while you're still high? You are still high. Oh my God. Girl, you listen. Did you hit the vape pen this morning? You are still high, madam. You're still high.
Yeah, weed and food cope with my emotions. Yeah. I use them as an escape, like, for sure. Don't apologize. No, I'm totally sorry. And I'm totally sorry to Sala for, like, lying to him about it, not being honest with him. I was just gonna, like, not do. I don't know what I was thinking. Like, I don't know. I wasn't thinking. And
Chantal, I'm going to say this, and I'm not saying it as a hater. I'm saying it as a person to you, another person. You're setting yourself up for continuous failure. Failure? Did I say that? Blech. Let me try that again. Let me get a little bit of my coffee. My tongue is malfunctioning this morning. It just got a defect. All right. Let me try this. Chantal, you are set up for failure. You're a person with multiple addictions, very powerful addictions. You are very impulsive. You've admitted that. You are very defiant. You've also admitted that. You have no sense of self-control. You have no coping mechanisms other than using your addictions to escape whatever it is that you're trying to escape from. You're basically caught in this crazy eight of going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, but not getting off the roller coaster. You have the time, you have the money, you have the resources. Even if you didn't have those things, you're online all the time. You could do some searches and find some stuff out. You are on the road to failure because you refuse to get off and build one for success. Because to build a road to success and victory would require work. Whatever it is you choose to do, you have to work on it. You have to focus on it. You're lazy and unmotivated. And you're operating under this premise of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If I'm on YouTube making thousands of dollars being a train wreck, I'm going to stick with it because this is all I got. And you're wrong. You have more than just a YouTube paycheck. You have your health to think about. And your health is getting worse because you are gaining more and more weight. Did you not get a wake-up call when you came home and you're trying on clothes and they no longer fit? Did you get a wake up call when you sat down in your car and realized that you can barely fit in your own car? It's You've got to do something. You've got to do something. You got to take care of yourself. You can't just keep putting it off and escaping from your problems. Eventually, you're going to reach that point, that corner where there's nowhere else to go. There's nowhere else to run to. And stop looking at places like Kuwait as some place to escape to get away from your problems over here. Your problems won't be your problems if you deal with them. But right now, you're on the road to failure because you don't want to get off it. Several addictions, impulsive, defiant, no coping skills, no coping mechanisms, no sense of self control, and you're trying to find other people to act as your control. Even that's not working. How could Sala or Pete's or Natter or anybody stop you from doing something you want to do? You've got to learn to control yourself. You can't look at a man as you have to be the control. You got to be the strength. I don't want to do anything. I'll let you do it. No, you got to take control of this thing.
I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like, I was really stupid. We're not perfect, no, movie gal, but like, I want to be honest with myself. I want to be honest. I was.
You know, I think that part of her problem is that she doesn't even know who she is anymore. She says, "I want to be honest with myself." Do you even know who Chantal Marie is anymore? After spending the last 5 years being the character Foodie Beauty, I said it a while ago. I'll say it again. I think that the person Chantal Marie got lost. You lost the plot and you lost yourself by getting on YouTube and creating this ridiculous character, Foodie Beauty. You created the character to make money on YouTube, and you put everything you had into the character and nothing towards the person. Hence why the person, Chantal Marie, her life is in ruins. And she's got so many problems because you weren't taking care of that real part of yourself. You cared more about the character Foodie because Foodie has things that Chantal Marie doesn't have. Chantal Marie doesn't have friends. Foodie Beauty has people online that want to talk to her all the time. Chantal Marie isn't employable. Foodie Beauty gets a YouTube paycheck. Chantal Marie doesn't have men chasing after her. Foodie Beauty has several men chasing after her. Do you understand? You created this character that's the exact opposite of who you are. And you focused on the character. You lost the plot and you lost yourself. Because you know that's all you got is a YouTube paycheck. Without YouTube, you'd be on the street, madam. You would be on the street. You're not even employable. But all of your self-worth and self-importance is tied up with YouTube. That's why you're obsessed with YouTube. That's why you refuse to get off YouTube and do other things. You're obsessed with the character you created. That is not healthy. Even the most professional, well-paid actors and actresses learn to get off stage when it's their time to get off stage. They don't stay up there all the time. You need to learn that too. You really do.
I was dishonest with everybody about it, not just everybody. Like, I hid it from everyone. I didn't think that anyone would notice.
Of course we did. You were high as balls.
I'm done. And maybe a part of me wanted people to notice, like, not want people to notice, but like to out myself. Like, I just want to be honest with myself.
Right. And you know what? When you're somebody and you are putting on an act, of being somebody you're not. Your real self underneath is clawing its way out, wanting to get out, and it's looking for any opportunity to come out and show itself. That's what happened last night. The real Foodie Beauty, the real one, she likes to party. She likes to do drugs. She likes to drink. She likes to hang out. She's feral. That's the real Foodie. Not this person right here trying to be all modest. The feral Foodie cannot stand the modest Foodie, cannot stand her. And when there's gummies around or whatever, the feral Foodie's going to come on out and show herself like she did last night. The feral Foodie is who you are, Chantal. That's you. You know, defiant, unrestricted, don't tell me what to do, gross, vulgar, likes farting, likes burping, likes being messy. That is you, dear. Feral. Straight up feral.
You know? And I can honestly say, like, I actually, like, flushed the rest of it down the toilet in front
I don't believe that.
of Sala. So I can actually totally do this because honestly, I don't like how I feel. Like today, look at me. I look like I feel like just like it's not worth doing something against my new religion. It's not worth doing something that puts my life in jeopardy, puts my marriage in jeopardy. I know, obviously, basic. So, you know, yeah, I mean, I have to just explain, like, you're trying to cut down BBW, Layla. It is hard, like, especially coming, like, it would be like him going without shisha, you know?
Oh, you can't compare the two. Shisha is basically wet tobacco. And I will acknowledge that nicotine, it is a substance, but it's not illegal. But that's what shisha is. It's wet tobacco. It's not a drug per se substance. So she's trying to find some parallels to make it seem like what she did was not so bad. It was bad, Chantal. It was bad.
Rebe, yeah, but it's like, but shisha doesn't alter your mind, you
Right.
know? It's different.
Compared to what you did last night. So are the two relatable? No.
But it would be that kind of level of difficulty, I think. Like, going from somebody who, yeah, I flushed it. Going from somebody who, because in a garbage you can take it out. You know, going out with something like I was a heavy marijuana user. It's available to buy on every corner here. It's legal. It's almost
How would you know that? How would you know it's available to buy on every corner, Chantal? Sounds like you have some personal experience or knowledge about that.
encouraged to be used. And it's like so supported here in Canada. And, but with my new religion and everything, it's not. So, and I understand that, you know, like, no, I don't mind the shisha. It's different. I understand. It's, first of all, shisha's not haram, so.
You know, I'm still just so amazed she did this I'm sorry live this way. She should have just taken a shower and got completely sober before she did this. She's still halfway high.
He is supportive. He's not mad at me. You know, like, it's not gonna, like, make him not love me. Maybe disappointed, which I understand. I should have been upfront and honest. Obviously,
Yeah, but you weren't. But you were telling everybody last night, oh, I'm not high. I'm just jet lagged. I'm jet lagged, y'all. And I just took this mineral drink. And the drink you're talking about, I've done it. Magnesium citrate. It's basically a mineral, and it doesn't make you giggly. It doesn't make you laugh. It just relaxes you. So I knew immediately that you were lying, Chantal. And your jet laggedness, you said yourself, from that, what, 14, 17-hour flight, you slept 11 hours. You slept a good while and you were fine. So all of a sudden you're jet lagged when you want to be.
Obviously, I wasn't going to keep what I did yesterday from him. I mean,
Well, you couldn't, because people were recording that live, and I'm sure people sent him all kinds of little clips about what you were doing. See, that's another reason why you went on live the way you did last night. He was in bed, he was asleep. You were basically doing a little sneak bees behind his back. You want to take your gummy or whatever it is you did and do a little sneak bees behind his back. Let me tell you something, Chantal. As far as relationships go, if you're around a person who's supposed to be your partner, and if you have to do sneak things like that behind their back, that's not the person for you. You're not being yourself around them. You might as well just let them go. You know, if you're with the right person, you could do things with them. Or you don't have to hide things from your partner. If you're going to hide things, that's not the person for you. But you're determined to hang on to Sala for whatever reason. You don't want him to stop talking to you. I think the only reason why you want to go back to Kuwait is because of him. You want him close to you. You don't like the idea of him being in another country where you cannot control him and you can't watch him. I'm sure that if Salah lived in Ottawa or someplace close, you'd be driving to his house the same way you did with Nader, because you like to control the men that you're around. And the fact that you can't do that this time, I'm sure, is driving you crazy. I'm glad that Salah's in another country. I'm glad of it. Because when you turn on him, and you will, it's going to get ugly. It's going to get ugly. And none of us need to see another repeat of what happened last year when you were driving to Natter's house and causing all that nonsense.
marry him. Yeah. I need to remember I'm a transformed person, right?
Oh, soup, sorry.
But these things, like, change is not like linear. It happens, obviously I'm struggling with food and um weed and that. And I guess I didn't keep it offline because I don't want to hide it. It's not something I want to hide, really. Like, in a way, I think I would have rather just come on high and been like, I'm struggling, like, in a way, as in, like, I'm obviously struggling keeping away from it right now. But treat says you. So, but I'm really sorry for being, like, deceitful and, you know, disappointing my husband, disappointing Islam, disappointing God, disappointing myself, because I was doing so good. Hi, Missy.
How are you doing good? The night that you got home, you got high. And now you've gotten high again. It's not even been a week. How are you doing good? How? You went to the Burger King and you ordered food that was not, that had stuff in it you're not supposed to eat. How are you doing good? You went to the outhouse and met up with some mysterious person, and obviously that was some sort of a drop off going on the long road. You're doing a lot of things that you used to do, Chantal. And I got a feeling you saw Nader last night, and he's not been on live streaming. So what is this? I'm doing good. What is this? You know what I think? I think you got home and you're seeing Nader and Didi again. You never stop seeing them. You never stop talking to them. All three of you fools are keeping this fake, phony narrative going. I think it's about time all three of you just moved in together. Honestly, just go for it. I'm sick of the BS. I'm sick of the line. If all three of you are a thing, all three of you just need to find a place and move in together. Just do it. Do it. Move in together. Stop the BS. We all know you're all working together. Just come out and say so. You can still make content. I'm sure people are still going to watch. People are just sick of the lying. We're not asking for perfection over here. We're asking for honesty. So you and Dee Dee and Natter just hook up and get it over with.
Mood stabilizer bees. Let's pop a wheelchair and head to BK. Yeah, okay. He's probably worried about you and the fact that you're back in your old environment. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because you cannot heal in the same environment that you hurt in. If you had access to your temptations, you're going to do your temptations. That's why you have to stay away from things that trigger you or places that trigger you.
I didn't even think about him at all. That's the problem. I was selfish.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to try to get the chat in here.
Let's pop a wheelchair
It's not popping up yet. Doggone it.
and head to BK. Yeah, okay. He's probably worried about you and the fact that you're back in your old environment. Yeah, exactly. I didn't even think about him at all. That's the problem. I was selfish.
Yeah, it was selfish. You weren't this man that you claim to love so much, that you call babe all the time. You love Sala so much, but yet when you're about to get high, you don't think about your husband. You don't think how it's going to affect him, how much it's going to hurt him, how wrong it is. You're just going to do it. That really speaks of true love, Chantal, because if you really love somebody, you have them in your heart always. Always. You never forget them.
To think of how it would make him feel. Because he has been like my rock and really helping me like be strong when I wasn't strong. And like I know that like you guys like me to be crazy and myself, but I don't like that version of me. Like I want to be more productive and
Oh, please. Last night you were living it up. You were happier than I've ever seen you, Chantal. Ever since you got home from Kuwait, you seem more your true self, happier than you ever were in Kuwait. In Kuwait, you looked miserable. You were always angry. You raged a lot. You wanted to come home. You wanted to be free, and so you are. So stop with this lying nonsense of, I want to go back to Kuwait. I miss it there. We all know better. And we all know the real you. And the real you is a party girl who wants to do the party favors. The real Chantal is feral, savage, vulgar, gross, extreme, defiant, mean, nasty. That's you. That is you, man. That is your reflection. That is you. That's how you're happy. That is your true self.
not back to my old habits. Somebody queefed. I don't like saying your name. Honesty begins with self. Once you do that, you can be honest with others. Yeah, I'm definitely not honest with myself. I don't realize how I feel sometimes.
So if you're not honest with yourself, and if you're not honest with other people, how do you expect to change? Change happens when you stand still and you decide to be honest and you don't lie. Honesty leads to self awareness, it leads to accountability, it leads to change, it leads to empowerment, it leads to a lot of good things. But for some reason, you're scared of change, Chantal, and you don't want it to happen. And you say people on YouTube, anybody who has any kind of opposing opinion about what you do, they're automatically a hater. I think they're using the wrong terms. It's not hate that you're hearing, it's truth. Because A liar hates nothing more than the truth. So all the people that are saying things to you that are truthful, it's not hate. It's not hate. They're just telling you a truth that at that moment you don't want to hear. You want your lies to be truth, but you don't want the real truth. Change scares the crap out of you. Change is unfamiliar. It's scary territory. But what you should be scared of, Chantal, is what could happen if you stay on the same road that you're walking on right now. Your health is getting worse. You're gaining more and more weight. How much more can your body put up with? It's amazing it's put up with this much and nothing bad has happened. But it's up to you to decide what your life is going to be like, good or bad. You've got to care for yourself before you expect other people to care for you. Don't expect us to care for you more than you care for yourself.
Sala and Allah. I'm sorry to both of them. I love you.
You know, she says she's sorry, but did you see that look? Like a little kid that's been called to mom's room and caught putting their hands in the cookie jar. Sorry, mom, you know, pursing the lips and looking to the side and smiling. She's not sorry.
Babe.
Look.
My most important, I'm the most happiest when I'm with him and we're
No, you're not. You acted happy with Sala, but you were never truly happy. The smile on your face with Sala was so forced. It was so painful and cringeworthy. You've done more real smiling being back in Canada than you ever did with Sala.
doing things productive, experiencing things I never did. But I'm back here and I'm depressed about it. Thanks, Cynthia. I honestly feel like my home is with him. You know, this doesn't feel like home anymore.
You know, I think if you want to go back to Kuwait, Chantal, I think the reason why you want to go back is because you know how severe of an addict you are. And you know you have no sense of self-control, nor are you willing to learn. You don't have to fly to another country to get control of this thing, to get control of yourself. You can stay where you are and get therapy and counseling and inpatient and get control of that raging beast inside of you and get the monkey off your back, so to speak. Because all those addictions are monkeys on your back. And you got several of them. You can go to therapy. You can go to counseling. You can talk to someone. You don't need to go to Kuwait for that. You're trying to use Sala and trying to go to another country that many of the things that you are not supposed to do, they aren't allowed there. You're trying to use that as a form of control. Because in the inside, you know how to control you are. You don't have to go that far. You don't have to go to another place. You just have to stand still where you are and get a grip, get a serious grip, and stop screwing off with it.
Ariel, it's more like, yeah, I have a noisy fan. I can't turn it off. It'll drive me nuts. It's more about like, no, I was dishonest with him, so he does deserve it. What is even the point of converting at this point? Well, just because I have slip ups, like my intentions are true to, you know, be of the Muslim faith.
You know, her behavior last night and the fact that Salah is not just turning his back on Chantal, that's further proof that this whole marriage thing either A, did not happen, or is completely fake. Because what true husband would put up with this crap? What true husband would put up with this crap? If it were real, he would have walked. But if he's in chat saying, I forgive you, Everybody makes mistakes. Nonsense. Nonsense. Nonsense.
I love Allah, I love God, you know, but I feel more disconnected when I'm here somehow. I don't know why.
You know what? I think you're depressed because you are a controlling woman and you like to keep your men close and to control them. And Salah is in another country and you can't control him from thousands of miles away. You can try, you can maybe send him money or have him in your chat all the time and call him up on the phone, but there's only so much you can do. And I think that's driving you mad. The fact that you don't have total control. This is not a situation like Natter. When he used to live in Gatineau, you could just take a drive to his house and bug him all the time. No, you can't do that this time. You chose to get involved with a man who lived in Kuwait, which is thousands of miles away from you, and you didn't have the foresight to realize that if you did this thing, that if you went to go see him, you'd have to leave him eventually, and you could not control him from so far away. I think the control freak in you is freaking out. And the hands are coming off the steering wheel. I think the control freak in you just cannot handle it. That there is a decent looking guy on the other side of the world that you cannot use for eye candy right now. That he's somewhere else and he might be doing something else. He might be talking to other women, but how would you know? You can't bust him out.
So I have to remember and keep praying and thinking of my end goal and my what I really need to accomplish, and don't let myself get sidetracked by fear and depression, discomfort of change. It's so easy to slip back here. So easy. And you're thinking, well, you're not doing anything that bad. No, I'm totally being self destructive.
Yeah, well, that's been going on for a while. So you want to go back to Kuwait in 3 weeks? Let's just say you're telling the truth, Chantal. Let's just say for a moment that you are telling the truth, that you're going to be going back in about 3 weeks. And you're doing all this behavior right now. Is it a good idea to go anywhere right now? Is it a good idea? If your head is this messed up and you're doing chemicals, is it a good idea to travel? To take all of this self destructiveness and make somebody else deal with it? No. No, get your head straight. Get it together. Take care of yourself. Get some counseling. Go do some Google searches. Find people to talk to. Stop being stupid. No excuses right now. Show that you've actually grown up a little bit.
You know? What Borky? What's for lunch? Look, I'm friggin' like so tired. This is how I feel. We all aren't perfect. I know we're not perfect, but I have to go back to trying because, I am sincere in wanting to change and what I believe in now. And, I took an oath and I have to uphold that.
You've not been upholding it. You've not been upholding it, eating food that you're not supposed to eat, getting high, cursing, gossiping. You've broken that so many different ways.
So,
Yeah, I wonder who that is right there.
you need to pick your poison.
Right. Pick it. Pick a lane. Pick a lane and drive in it. Stop swerving all over the road.
I don't want any poison. Thanks, Sarah May. No, the bong I can get rid of. I don't even sucks. I don't even use it. He wants you to eat halal fast food, not abstain. He doesn't care about you or your health. Of course he cares about my health, see, Michelle. That's why he wants me to make all these changes. Not just him wanting, it's about me wanting to. Yeah, Tracy, that's the thing. I went from a place of just using it all the time. Send me the bong. Does anyone want it? Oh, it was my alarm, Muslim doll. My medication alarm, but I already took it. I need to fix my diet, yeah, for sure. Whatever, I always need to. Address your husband.
You know, the thing with Chantal, she has all these things that she knows she needs to do. I need to fix the way I eat. I need to stay away from temptations. I need to do this. I need to do that. She wants a man, a decent looking man, to come along and help her with these things that she needs to do. Here's the problem with that: she's defiant. She's very defiant. And she will come at you and say, I have these health problems. I got a problem with food. I've got all these issues. Help me fix them. And so if you're someone you're like, okay, I will help you by kind of being there for you and reinforcing your will and reminding you this is not what you want to do or this is what you should be doing. So she'll come at you saying that I need help, I need help. But then when you try to help her in the ways that she asks you to help her, then she snaps at you. Don't tell me what to do. You're not the boss of me. Blah, blah, blah. So there's just no winning with Chantal. You know, she wants to cling on to a man and make him into her form of control that she herself will not have for herself. But yet, if that man tries to step up and go, here, let me make you a meal so you can eat healthier. Here, let's go walking together so that you can burn some calories. Then she's going to get mad at you for helping her in the way that she said she wanted you to help her. You know, it's a no-win situation. Absolute no-win. Which leads me to believe she really doesn't want help. She just wants attention. She wants to complain about her problems. She wants to make her own little pity party, complete with cake and balloons. And she wants everybody to attend and give her gifts, but she doesn't really want to change herself. She just wants to act like she wants to change. She'll act like it to get attention, but she's really not down for true change.
Buying you 9 falafel sandwich. All right, I can explain the falafels. Oh, the nuggets are in the car. They're still there. I'll show you. I didn't eat them. I'm trying. I have to be more diligent to look up things that are halal or not. This coffee was purchased in the Middle East. This I don't have to worry about these things in the Middle East. Everything is just, Hey Tyler. I smoked a little bit, lemon haze, and I also took it was like oh wait, did I throw it out? Yeah, I ditched that one too. It was like a bite. Remember I used to eat a whole
Oh, you're a liar. I don't believe what I saw last night was a little bit of the green and a little bit of a gummy. I think it was a lot more than that. A lot more. Mama was flying. She was flying. And why do you need to do the green and the gummy together? One or the other would have been fine.
wheelchair. Just a tiny bite of a
Yeah,
gummy did
okay.
that to me. I was like, I greened out bad. So,
And we warned you, by the way. We told you over here your tolerance is zero anymore. You basically had a tolerance break in Kuwait. So it wouldn't take much to send you flying to the universe. We told you.
should I unblock people? I just shouldn't be doing it at all.
Nope.
I made a promise.
Since when do you keep promises? Since when do they mean anything to you?
You know. Hi, Mary Poppins. Brought back nostalgia. Honestly, it was like it was so fun, smoking and beezing, but it's not like it wasn't. It wasn't fun for a lot of people because I would be like, you know, oh, flop bear, no. Huge changes like that do not happen. Yeah, but I think it's out of my system.
No, it's not. You're still high right now. I'm looking at your face. You're still high.
Excuse me. Honestly, I don't think I'll, you know. Remember, you that has to be okay with your choices. Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes we have to do things that are good for us that we don't really want to, but we have. I think.
So as somebody mentioned it, I was under the impression that you were like saying like on your current life that I that it means
Oh no, but honestly, I didn't realize that you cleaned it. So thanks. I was freaking out, like, oh man, I'll have to clean it. So I'm actually when
And Chantal, why do you have your yoga pants? Why are you using that as a head wrap? I'm just curious. I'm just curious. Why are you using your hoodie as a head wrap, and why are you now using your pants as a head wrap?
he showed me that it was clean, I was like, yes. I'm gonna like ask, praying for forgiveness, ask Sala for forgiveness, ask anyone I offended for forgiveness, and try to be better. Immune system. No, it's because I don't know. I think he wasn't fully over his cold. Oh, thanks, Chris. Red face. Tell him to eat more fruits and veggies. Yeah, a walk routine. Yeah. Sala has long COVID. Maybe he does. I don't know. Most people would not just uproot for 3 months going cold turkey and everything. They'd be afraid to give you some credit here. Thank you, Freya. A premature Victorian child? Get a GoPro and go walking. Rice, chicken, and Pepsi. Getting surgery? Okay, I have to go for now because I don't feel too right. I need to do 1,000,001 things today, and I might be back later. Okay. I'm like yell, honestly, so I don't know, but he's a good guy. Let's cook tonight. It'll be fun. Okay.
You know what, guys? I don't want to hear all this babbling nonsense, but there's one part of this live that I want to cover really quick. That's the very end. Okay? Watch her face at the very end.
I'll just stay in the AC. Lover, yeah, that's nice too. I will melt, babe. Because it's not leisure travel, like pant leg. Also, like travel vlogs would be my job. Like my job is to make
Suck at your job. I hate the travel vlogs. You're not good at it.
videos, so I could justify it that way. You know, it's not like I'm just going on like super expensive. There's ways to travel that are, if you plan it right to where you're smart with like how, like using savings and things like that, and saving money on certain things instead of going to like a luxury. It's not like I'm going to a luxurious retreat in Bali or something. You know what I mean? I'm trying to bring interesting content at the same time as improve my life, enrich my life by experiencing it, you know?
Okay, now watch carefully.
Well, I will just have to keep trying, pant leg. I'm not gonna do something just for, you know, I'll take a pay cut, like I said, which I have. See you later in dinner, bees. Area. Yes, for sure, babe. Okay, we'll see you guys in dinner, bees, okay?
Okay, watch your face now, the way it changes.
See you later. Bye.
Oh, she cut that part out. She cut it out. I was watching it on Eerie Pepperoni stream. She cut that part out where her face just looked really, really angry. She must have just edited that part out because people were pointing it out. Oh, Chantal. So you're hungover, are you? But yet you can go to your video and edit stuff out, just like you deleted the live that you did last night, which is why I reacted to it when I did. Listen, Chantal, what is this yo-yo act? Up, down, up, down, up, down. Lying to people. Just be who you know you want to be. Stop it. Stop with this fake nonsense. That's what's making your channel tank. You want to just go wild? Go wild. Be who you really are. This whole thing with Sala, it's not you. It will never be you. You're trying to paint this picture of I'm modest and I'm well behaved. We know better, because your feral self underneath is dying to come out, all the way out. And you're happiest when it comes out. So your apology, I'm so sorry. No. You know what your feral self is saying right about now? I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm in here and I'm not sorry. I needed to make an appearance and let everybody know I'm still here. I've not been domesticated. I don't have any manners, and I'm still here. That's your true self. Not this facade, not this mask you're trying to sell to everybody. We're not buying what you're selling. So you might as well just stop. But we'll see what happens from here on out. I got a feeling that Chantal getting high, it's going to happen again and real soon. But we'll see, y'all. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this react video. If you have, please like it, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one. Bye-bye.